How are you, Josh?
I am excellent. Thank you. Yourself?
Very good, thank you. This is very different from what we've seen you.
Well, that's the hope. I mean, as an actor, you want to always be trying as many different things. And frankly, you know, I feel like I'm more in tune with something like this than I would be, say, with doing something like Cursed, which I think is what you're referencing. You know, this is, for an actor, this is what you want to do. You want to be able to perform. And there's something, you know, those big technical type of movies, there's a certain amount of joy that you can take in, you know, in getting the bits and pieces right, but it's nothing like the satisfaction that you have in a movie like Aurora Borealis where, you know, you're in a scene and the only thing that really matters is trying to get to the emotional core of the scene and to find where the truth lies and get as close to that as you possibly can.
Now, apart from the great acting in this movie for you, the one thing that stood out to me was your eyes, because for the first time we could see how blue your eyes are.
Well, I'm going to thank Al Archivalo for that, because our DP must have done it. I hadn't really taken too much notice of my eyes, I'll be perfectly honest, in the film, but I'm glad they popped out.
So how much of improvisational did you have in this movie? Because I know that in low-budget movies like that, the directors always let the actors, you know, give their input more.
Well, there was definitely, there's input. I don't come from an improv background, and I find that generally, that improv is more interesting to me in the rehearsal space than it is actually on set. And interesting things can come out of that when you're just sort of throwing a bunch of ideas at a wall, and we certainly had rehearsals like that. I always find that I'm better served as an actor trying to find the truth inside the words that are there than to find the truth that I'm making up off the top of my head. Because hopefully you're working on a good script, and if you're working on a good script, those words took years to come out of a writer. So you're probably not going to be able to make something better up off the top of your head in 10 minutes between your coffee breaks.
Now, of course, you became famous to the world through Dawson's Creek, and it could be a blessing or a curse if, you know, the show is over and all of a sudden everybody says, oh, well, this is Pacey, right? We'll cast him like that.
From a professional standpoint, it's really only a blessing. The only reason you would ever get typecast as a character, the only reason I would only ever be typecast as that guy who plays Pacey, is if that's the only thing I could do. And if that's the only thing I could do, then I should probably stop acting. Frankly, you know, there are enough mediocre actors, I don't need to be another one. Thankfully, I'm either arrogant enough or confident enough that I don't think that's the case. But, you know, it's my job as a performer to convince you that I'm Duncan and not the guy on the TV show. So I consider it a blessing. You know, it's a blessing because it allows people to go, oh yeah, I know that guy. Maybe I'll take the time, those 2 hours out of my day, and I'll go and watch his movie. So if that happens, then that's a good thing.
Well, excellent. Certainly, after seeing this movie, people will say he is a good actor.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.